Guess who's having a midlife crisis? Yeah, that's right. I'm celebrating my Casablanca Victorian ceiling fan's 40th birthday. Why, you ask? Who else celebrates a ceiling fan's birthday? I mean, think about it. This thing is turning 40 today. Back in 1985, on this day, it was produced. In that time, how many times do you think that his birthday was celebrated? I can almost guarantee the answer is 0, because people don't think about this kind of stuff. And I mean, not that I necessarily blame them. It's like, well, why would you celebrate a fan's birthday? It's not like you could give it a cake or something. Nah, I'm not gonna try that. But yeah, so I figured I'd make this quick little video to acknowledge that, I mean, 40 years ago, this Casablanca Victorian ceiling fan was made. And I know what some of you might be thinking out there if you're relatively new to the channel. Really? 1985 with a W32? I'm not buying it. Let me provide some background real quick about that. So this is a 1985 Casablanca Victorian with a replacement IntelliTouch board. It has a RMM4 board in it from 2006, which replaced the original RMM1 board that it would have come with back in 1985, which is a shame because I think that would have had flick mode on it at that point. This was a, especially since this was a Victorian Gallery Edition from that era. So kind of a shame that I no longer have the RMM1 board with the W11 control, but it is what it is. I'm just happy to have had a IntelliTouch fan as a whole. But yeah, so it was working, the board and everything was working when I took it down, and I don't know what happened between the time that I took it down and me bringing it home, but now the board is a little wonky with whether or not it wants to work. So I was going to do demo mode in this video for you guys to celebrate, but I tried hooking it up to power today and it just didn't want to work. So I still got to get that fixed. I will get it fixed eventually, but since I just don't have a place to hang it right now, there just really it has not been a priority, but it will get fixed one day. That's my plan anyway. But yeah, no, this is a true 1985 Casablanca Victorian Gallery Edition ceiling fan. White and brass, even though you can't see the, well, you can kind of see the white, I think. It's on the switch cap there. I didn't want to put the blades on it to risk stripping those screws. But yeah, I'm just very happy to have this fan, even if it is not in the working condition at this point. It's just still really cool to have something like that, especially if this vintage from that era of Casablanca when they were really starting to ramp up with things and the IntelliTouch was getting being more widely mass produced and integrated into more models. So it's just really cool to have this piece of history. Well, anyway, since it has been so buried in the Fans of Games video catalog at this point, I'm going to end this video with the last demonstration I was able to get of this fan on the ceiling. That's right, full demonstration, demo mode, all 6 speeds, and full spin down in both directions. So without further ado, let's get the festivities going and celebrate with the demonstration. The Victorian. In the flesh, if fans had flesh. Anyway. Of course, we are IntelliTouch controlled, so you know what that means. We're gonna try demo mode. I have never done demo mode before, but I think I know how to do it. We gotta do, power's been off this whole time, so we're gonna do power, fan, light, fan, light, fan. There we go, first try doing demo mode, I did it. I did it, we did demo mode first try. One of the bulbs in the shade is not working. Well, we've got some bearing noise in this guy, I think. Oh my gosh, this thing is an air mover. That's why you get a Casablanca, man. Thing's no joke. I posted a teaser of this too. Ooh. I don't like how that sounded at the end there. But that's demo mode. First time I've ever done that. I think this is actually the first IntelliTouch fan that I've ever properly showed on camera, where I actually get to demo it. Well, I'm glad that this worked. I'm like really glad that this worked. It's beautiful finishing. Look at that detail. Victorian IntelliTouch. Gorgeous, gorgeous fan. All right. I'm gonna leave the light on for the duration of me demoing this fan because there's not really a lot of natural light in this room at the moment. So, let's say we start with fan speed 1. All right. I'm hoping this fan is probably going to end up in my collection sooner rather than later because they don't want to keep it. They want something more modern, unfortunately, but hey, I'm going to be giving this fan a new home. And I'm glad it's IntelliTouch too because I've always wanted an IntelliTouch Casablanca. So this will be the third fan in my entry of fans. Can't believe I actually got demo mode first try though. All right, now let's move up to speed 2. It's just incredible to me how much air these things move, even on the lowest of speeds. I know some of you who are probably watching this have might have seen the brief demo teaser thing that I posted, I think about a month ago or maybe a couple months ago. I don't know. And what's it called? You were asking why there was no sound. Well, I was asked very politely to take the sound out of the video, just because it was like needless banter and they didn't want it in the video. Anyway, now you get my commentary on the fan. All right, let's bump it up to speed 3. Yeah, I can definitely hear a little bit of bearing noise in it. It probably just needs to get greased up. If anyone knows how to do bearing work on these, I would greatly appreciate it. Whoa. You guys hearing that? Well, let's move on. Oh gosh. Hold on. Oh man, I'm really hoping this is not broken. Knock on wood. What does this dimmer thing do? Oh, that dimmer is for lights on the other side of the room. Poor guy, he probably hasn't been ran in forever. I believe we're on speed 5 now. I lost count. Oh, good. The sound went away. Let me see if maybe I open this door. I think some of the air needs to be let out to eliminate that wobble. See how the light gets shaking? I don't like that. Oh, I'm not really doing it any justice. All right, let's go to high. Oh man, this thing. Look at those curtains. Bellowing. Oh yeah, this thing definitely hasn't ran in a while. You can see the dust coming off of it. It's probably not showing on camera, but I can see it in person, man. That dust. Oh yeah, this thing has not ran in a while. I think most of these fans haven't ran in a while. Which is the sad part. I think this was a Burton era Casablanca too. I hope so. I don't know for sure. Well, actually it might not be because of the new IntelliTouch, so he probably wasn't owner, but, or CEO of Casablanca at the time this was made, but I'm sure it's relatively close to that time frame. So silent flex flywheel. I think it's fine. I hope so. Let me see if maybe I can dim these lights because it seems like it's a bit bright. You gotta turn it off and then let's try that. You know, I might try some of those extra features that they have on here too, like light minder, and I've always wondered what fan minder does. I don't think I've ever seen anybody try fan minder and like actually show what the fan does. So, well, all right, so it stopped at this point. All right, guys, I'm gonna try doing reverse now on the fan, starting off with the Victorian. The thing about this fan's reverse switch though is that it doesn't, when I tried, it initially started in reverse when I got here, so I switched it to forward, but I had to press the reverse switch like 4 times because like the first time it did, it turned on the fan, then it turned on the light, then it turned off the fan, and then it decided to reverse. So let's see what happens when I press it now. Okay, so it took 2 tries to actually get it to reverse. At least it didn't do anything else. Let's just do low. We haven't seen this fan in reverse on all the speeds yet, so I'll show that now. Quite honestly, this is probably the way that I'd have the fan most of the time, whenever I find a place to install it. I probably have it maybe in on speed 2. I don't know why. I've always preferred fans in reverse over fans in forward. You know, like, except for like during the summer, obviously I'd put them in forward for functionality purposes, but otherwise I like the reverse. It just looks much cooler when they run in reverse. I hope this fan is grounded. I'm sure it is. Or maybe it's not. All right, let's bring it up to speed 3. Oh, we got more natural light in here. But yeah, I think it was only shown in reverse in that teaser video that I posted a little while ago. I don't remember. But we saw forward, now we'll see reverse. I don't know if I'm gonna attempt to do the other fans in reverse too. I might, but this is the most out of the way, so I'll get the least amount of noise in the background. I might try doing the San Marino, but that fan was also super loud. And I don't know if reverse is necessarily the best thing for it. All right, moving up to speed 4. Really kicking it up now. You know, usually I'm not a fan of white fans, no pun intended. But, you know, this isn't like a pure white, it's white and brass, which I think looks pretty classy. I think I would have much preferred a brown and brass Victorian over white and brass, but hey, this, I gotta hand it to him, this matches the room pretty well. Matches better than I think a brown and brass would. Speed 5. So, yeah, gotta hand it to him. And I mean, the Victorian at all is just really cool. I'm not gonna lie, if you asked me a year ago whether or not I liked the Victorian, I would have said, it's okay. Because at first I wasn't really a fan of mostly the pretzel brackets. I don't know why, like, I know not all Victorians have the pretzel brackets. There's like 3 different brackets shapes that the Victorian has, and the pretzel is just one of them. They have the normal ones, and then they have these like other ones, I think, since Hunter started making them. I don't know how else to describe them. All right, but now we're on high. Funny enough, there's considerably less wobble in reverse. I find that very interesting. Thing sounds like a helicopter. With how much air it's moving around. I just love how this is an IntelliTouch fan. I know I keep gushing about it, but I truly do. All right. Time for spin down. I'm gonna turn the power off too, because that's how I found it. Always leave things the way you found them. Especially when it comes to anyone else's fans. If you're watching this video and you also make fan videos, please make sure to leave all fans and whatnot that you show on video or demonstrate back where you found them. It's just a polite thing to do. Even if it's your own fan, be polite to yourself. Leave it the way you found it. Because why not? You know, I didn't really do a good job timing the spin down in forward, so I'm not really sure if there's going to be much of a difference. I highly doubt it. Well, maybe though, because at this point, like, not only did I demonstrate it in forward as of recording this, but I also recorded a video of me playing with some of the IntelliTouch features, and the fan was running quite a bit in those. So the bearings might have loosened up a bit. I noticed considerably less bearing noise than when we started, which is really good. But that just means to me that this guy has not ran in a while, or at least for a long period of time. This is probably more exercise than it's received in quite a while, I'd imagine. Just me doing this today for a little bit. So, yeah. And we are stopped. Well, Victorian, thank you very much for being here with us today. I just realized I think some of you might want to see the model and serial number. There it is. If someone can tell me when this fan was made and like the date and stuff like that, I'd appreciate it, because I don't know how to read these labels. If someone could also explain to me how to read these labels, I'd love that too. Although that's probably hard to do in the comments. Anyway, again, Victorian, thank you very much. It's been an honor. And this is Fans of Games. Remember, Victorian, stay cool and stay keeping people cool. Happy birthday, Casablanca Victorian. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little celebration video. Although with the demonstration, it really wasn't that short. Anyway, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, stay cool, everybody.